Okay. So I'm Jennifer Dixon from the DeFerres Academy, and we were doing a clean water project using banana peel as filters.
So what have you enjoyed doing most in the last 4 days?
Definitely getting to know the other people. We've made friends with some of the Swedish girls, some of the Cyprus people. So
That's good.
definitely.
What have you learnt that you will use when you go back to your school or in your life?
I feel like I'm going to be repeating some Swedish words quite a bit. And with the widget design and creation and things.
Brilliant. Has the project made you more interested in STEM, and if so, then what part?
Yeah, definitely, because even if you are interested in science, the way it's taught in school is like really set. It's ionic compounds and the structure of an atom, but this is definitely more real, like more graspable sort of thing. Like with the filters and clean energy, it's more like personal, definitely, than just learning about the history of the atom and things like that.
Okay. Has the project helped you to understand about different STEM careers, and has it made you more interested in being a scientist or an engineer?
Yeah, because we met the scientist the other day, and she was telling us about how she was doing part of a satellite project, like one of the first ones for Poland, and that was really interesting. But I've always wanted to be a vet, like since when I was little, so that hasn't really changed.
So thinking of the year 8 pupils that we did the tests on, do you think the younger pupils are now more interested in STEM from the sessions that you did?
Yeah, definitely, because when we did it with them, we had loads of questions like, would it work with this material, would it work with this, and they were all like, oh, we could do this to improve it, or we could do this, and things like that. And one of them said that they wanted to be a chemical engineer after we'd done the project with them, so that was really cool.
That's good. What new digital skills have you learned?
Definitely things like widget making, how different designs and layouts work together for our ebook and things.
Okay. Can you give an example of how science and technology can be used to achieve the global goals?
I mean, it's all science and technology, really, because with our banana filter, it's the naturally occurring carboxylic acids that filter like the water that make it clean to drink, and with sustainable energy, it's things like solar panels, which are engineering that harness the power of the sun and things. So it's not like none of it isn't science or an engineering, I think.
How have you been involved in the project? Do you feel you could do something, or maybe your school or the government could do something to help reach the global goals?
I mean, I definitely feel governments could do a lot because they've got, the power and the resources and the money and things. Because if, we can do it and we're like 15, 16, then to produce them on a larger scale with the resources and money that they have would be ridiculously easy for people with so much power, because we could get 12 and 13-year-olds to understand how the water filters worked and to fly drones and things. So it would definitely be a lot easier for the governments to do it, because you don't realise how easy it is, like sustainable energy and things, because you always think, well, it's got to be really hard, or we'd all be on solar or wind power, but it is ridiculously easy. So I think the governments could definitely do a lot.
Do you think that meeting with students from other countries has made the project more interesting or has been useful?
Definitely. I mean, it's a lot better because you've got so many other people and ideas, and it's been great with, like, even with a bit of a language barrier, especially with like some students in particular, but it's been really great because you've like got to know people that you'd have never met otherwise, because I know that we've made friends with some of the people that I would have never met if I wasn't involved in this, and that's really great for me.
Right, and last question, do you have any suggestions as to how your time here could have been better?
I'm gonna have to think about that one. I think a lot of people missed fizzy drinks, but that's about it.
We'll take that. Thank you.